as a hypnotherapist, you do have to be, there's a fine line with regard to what you can work with and what you cannot work with. Another example would be if somebody comes in and says they have pain, right? Well, pain is one of those things in the body that's it's telling you that something could be wrong. So you don't want to go to a hypnotherapist and say, I want you to minimize the pain, because you could be making the situation far worse. But there are certain issues that we shouldn't work with. I don't work with multiple personality disorder. I don't work with people that have been diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Because it's got to be related, yeah.
I'm not qualified to go there.
Yeah.
So we just have to know what our limitations are when we do that type of work.
Real quick follow-up. What gematria were you using during your presentation?
I was using numerology.
Okay.
Pythagorean numerology is what I was using.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right. You have another question?
Thanks to all the presenters. Great job. Thank you, Karen B, for putting this on. Quick question for Dave. Dave, I love your t-shirt, but I can't find it on your app t-shirt shop. Can you help me out with that?
This shirt is not on my shop. It is on Conspiracy Music Guru shop, but do not buy this shirt. Do not go to Conspiracy Music Guru and buy this shirt. Whatever you do not buy this shirt on Conspiracy Music Guru.
Hi, I'd like to ask two questions, one from Harry Hubbard, my friend, and one from myself. His question is, can you explain satellite internet ping time latency of 600 milliseconds? That might be for you, Bob.
Yeah, I can do that. Basically, a ping time is they send a data packet to a main hub, okay, somewhere. And the ping time is the time that it takes to transmit the data packet there and then get a response from it. And 600 milliseconds, well, if you're a gamer, not good. But, you know, for the most part, most of us don't ever notice anything like that unless you're dealing with high-speed gaming.
Okay, thank you. And my personal question is, I've been oddly watching this volcano go off in La Palma for 36 days now, I think, and it's like full blast. Where's all this PSI coming from? Well, where's this amount of pressure pulling this large amount of lava for 36 days now? Any thoughts on that?
Guess not.
Is that a Marty question? Go on, Marty, you've been near the lava.
Well, I'd like to officially say I have no idea. So, we don't have an answer for everything. I know almost everything, but except that. No. Well, we can't go. What's the furthest we've been underground? A couple miles? 8 miles? Yeah. So, I mean, we'd have no idea what's under us. You know? I mean, apparently, at least according to like legend and lore and lots of like religions and myths, the Earth hangs on nothing. So, these are huge questions that, yeah, we're just starting to ask. So.
All I know is it's not molten nickel from our iron nickel core, right? It's not molten iron.
Good afternoon. This question's for Mike. How do you go about retraining the right side of your brain for people that are so left-sided?
Well, it's something that's natural to us, right? So we have been conditioned to consistently operate on the left side, and that's done through our work and everything that we see in the media and so on. So basically what it does, what you need to do is just take the time out to engage in those things that you really like to do. So if you have certain hobbies, if you're creative, if you like to paint, if you like to play music, if you like to garden, you like to ride your bike, those types of things there, that's what you need to do more of. And yesterday when I talked about balance doesn't mean equal, again, what I mean by that is you're going to have your job and you're going to work, 40, 50 hours a week. That does not mean that you have to engage in creative activities 40 or 50 hours a week. I mean, you can if you like, it's great. But what you really want to do is to have an offset to all that left brain stuff. And that's how you get that balance. That's how you get that equilibrium. they have pulled us away, or they're trying to pull us away from the creative aspects of our life. In elementary schools, junior highs, and high schools, what have they done? They've defunded all of the arts for the most part. It's nowhere where it used to be like when I was a kid, which was quite a while ago, okay? But that's what you need to do. You have to take a step back, just pause, and be committed to doing things for yourself. It's okay to do things for yourself. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, would reading and like puzzles be in that category?
Yes.
Or is that too much left side?
Yes, absolutely. If those are the things that satisfy you from that perspective, then you should go do that. Okay, there's no prescribed, oh, do this, do that. It's you coming through, your soul coming through and saying, what do I truly desire? What do I really want to do? How do I want to spend constructive time? Certainly, it's probably not doing spreadsheets and PowerPoint at your company, right? I was there. So my thing is, it's music. I'm a musician as well, and that's what I like to do, and that's how I pass my time. Do I play music 40 or 50 hours a week? No. But I do it enough so that it satisfies my appetite to make sure my right brain is engaged.
Hi, thank everyone for their great presentations. And to Karen for all your work. I have two questions, if that's allowed. And I'll just be real quick with the questions. One is, based on polarity and north, south, east, west, north, yeah. If our poles flipped today, would the sun and the moon stop and revolve and go, would the sun rise in the west and set in the east if the poles flipped?
First of all, I don't know, but I would say that probably not, because we're not even sure about the southern pole. And if you look at the Ballard's model has the south pole that's down in the Atlantic somewhere, but if we're truly dealing with a magnetic mountain that is like Mount Meru in the center of the flat Earth, then the southern pole would actually be underneath the northern side of that. Because if you look at a magnet, think of a magnet, right? And a magnet has a north and a south pole. And of course, you can't really necessarily separate them unless you're on a ball Earth, right? But on a flat Earth, so that south pole would have to be underneath the ground physically. And I don't think that will ever actually happen, but so my guess is no.
Bob, is there no actual proof that there's been any polar reversals? I mean, I was taught in school it happened 17 times, and because they measured the electrons from the spreading of the ocean, and it's all nonsense.
Yeah, they tell us that there's evidence, in the rock sediment and stuff like that, that there have been pole reversals, and they can tell by looking at the chemistry of the Earth, but I don't know. I tend to doubt it. Let's put it that way.
So I think, just to add to that, I think we have to also look at our atmosphere is very electric. So we need to understand electromagnetism. That could have a lot to do with it. In other words, when you talk about polarity, changing the poles, if this place was designed, in other words, this has been done in an experiment. As a matter of fact, it was on your channel, Dave. When the gentleman, he built this device, and he used just a piece of paper, tissue paper, and he flipped the polarity. In other words, he just flipped a switch. You could do it electromagnetically. So the answer to that, yeah, that can be done through electricity.
I kind of have to disagree that you can do it electromagnetically. You can do it electrostatically, but not electromagnetically. And since we're dealing with the question being magnetically, then again, I would say no. So, but that's whatever. I don't really know, so, you know, who am I?
All right, next question.
What's everybody's take on mud floods?
I'll go first. There is no denying that mud floods happen. The question is, were they regional, were they global, or worldwide? Did they happen at the same time? Did they happen at different times? Every city you go to, you could find mud flooded buildings. So what was the cause? You know, you could look biblically, say, you know, it would happen when the flood happened, or I don't know, but there's so many channels that are really looking into this. Autodidactic, John Levy. Just start watching that stuff. If you're not sure where to start in the app, there's a mud flood button. And subscribe to those channels, and then next year you can come up here and talk about the mud floods.
Mine is about the moon. If the moon's giving off its own light, how does the eclipse happen where the moon gets dark in front of the sun? And I had a question. Anybody who could answer. I didn't know.
Actually, if you go to How the World Works up there, where Cammie and Zach are, they talk about circular polarity, and she gives you her theory on how eclipses work. With the moon giving its own light, it's actually being blacked out by an electromagnetic field.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Probably the most qualified person in this place to answer that is Cammie. I mean, she definitely has it down.
And then I just had one suggestion. To get a lot more kids stuff out there. Because love this stuff. And just want to be
Yeah, she's saying we should make more stuff for children. I say children because goats have kids, humans have children. So I agree. We do need to work on that.
There is I'm spacing on her name, a woman here that just wrote a children's book. If you could find her, where is she? With the children's book, over here.
Oh, that's right, there is
children's book.
There you go, there's
I've got
one
a copy.
Children's
She
book.
just printed it herself, so go check it out and then buy it for your kids, your neighbors' kids. Send it, put it in the school library.
Hi. First off, I love you guys. You're all awesome. Second, so can each of you give a piece of advice for a younger generation of flat earthers?
A piece of advice for younger generation flat earthers. I mean, the simple thing is stand in your truth. And jamming flat earth down someone's throat is shocking and you just get resistance. It's like if you want to make someone come towards you, if you pull them, they're going to pull away. So my suggestion to, whenever I meet a kid, here I've asked every kid that I've talked to, do you have any friends that are flat earthers? And then while they're thinking about it, I say, do you have any friends? Because being a flat earther could be quite isolating. So, you all have friends, and my suggestion is, they think you're crazy. Say, hey, I just went to this flat earth conference, and somebody's offering 3 Bitcoins for 1 proof of the globe. Can you help me? I want to win it, we'll split it, right? And that's how you get them. You make them do the work and bury themselves, okay? That's my advice, and I say in many of my interviews, stand in your truth. Because if you step out of your truth, it's horrible. It's horrible, right? So stand in your truth.
Hey Marty, you kind of caught me off guard when you went into the 384 and 483. So that had some Mandela effects. I'm just kind of curious how you feel about the word changes.
I'm sorry?
The word changes, like on Earth instead of in Earth.
This actually gets into biblical translations, which is a huge thing that I talk about. In the next book, I actually talk about the prominence of the King James Version and how pretty much every other biblical translation in English is pretty much garbage. And I've actually done cross-reference studies between, New International Version and that sort of stuff. And the authorized King James that's, into modern English anyway, is the one that I always go to because that's the one that, to me, is very clearly encoded with the math. still encoded. When you actually go to like the American Bible version, stuff like that, the translation is really bad. It's almost like a child translated it or something. So I always anchor on the King James. So a lot of people think that like, oh, it was always on earth and is it in heaven? That's a Mandela effect. No, actually it's not. You can actually read Bibles from 18 whatever that says right there, in earth as it is in heaven.
What about Isaiah 11:6?
I'm sorry?
Isaiah 11:6.
I don't know.
What animal lays with the lamb?
I'm sorry, what?
What animal lays with the lamb?
The wolf.
It's the wolf for you.
A lot of people think that says lion, right? A lot of people think, this is the same thing that happens all the time. People will think, oh, it always says on earth and is in heaven. You know how many people will, and I do the same thing, will actually remember Bible verses or things like that, or think it says something that it doesn't. A lot of people will also say, oh, the golden rule was in the Bible, where it says, do unto others as you'd have done to you, right? Or that sort of thing. And actually Matthew 7:1 says specifically, Matthew 7:1, 7:2, and that, you, like I said, you can actually do cross-biblical, look at old Bibles.
Judge not, lest ye be judged?
Yeah, what is it? Judge not, lest ye be not judged is actually what it is, which equals 111 in Gematria, but that's neither hither nor thither.
Yeah, that Gematria breaks my brain, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, try to be in my shoes.
Yeah. But I was just wondering if the word changes, if you leave it one way, does the Gematria actually still pan out?
When I say, when I look at
lion, will it still pan out regardless with the words and the numbers?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like with lines change, you're actually not looking at lines change. You're actually looking at terrible translations of the Bible in which the people that translated are clearly not, they don't know the occult knowledge. They're literally translating a very complex text that actually has wholly scientific information in it, but not understanding that information at all, not understanding the symbols, the math, the astrotheology, the sacred geometry, the linguistics, the philology. They don't understand any of that, and then they translate a Bible almost like childlike, and then people say, well, there's differences here. Well, like I said, if you go and look at the oldest translation of the King James into modern English, which I think is like 1850 or something like that, it would be the same thing as what it was any modern authorized King James version that you get today. One other thing that's very interesting is I always talk about how the evil forces in this world, their biggest trick, because Satan has no power, right? Satan's got no inherent power of his own. He can only take, pervert, invert, thievery, that sort of thing. Did you know that I think it was the Queen has a patent on the King James Version? Now, yeah, so it's like, well, why would that be, right? You know, think about that. They're trying to almost like have ownership, if you will, of a holy text. So I actually talk about that in my new book as well. I've got a whole chapter on that tries to clear up a lot of that stuff, because there's a lot of misnomers and a lot of misconceptions about that, so.
Hi guys. I kind of suspect that the sun is a localized projection. By localized, I mean it's localized to each person. Like let's say, I mean, if I see the sun right now, I can see it like right in front of the cloud, and like you can see it behind the cloud. So it's localized to me, but someone else in South America could be seeing the same thing, same sun, but different clouds. So, how can it be 4,000 miles above us if it's a local sun? How can it be like localized? I'm not sure if you get what I mean.
That's a great question. That's a very difficult question to answer, because you're talking about visual perspective, and for some people that can be really, really challenging. And I think Dave and then Rob Skiba did some really good examples with that as far as our visual projection. Something that I didn't really want to get into, but something that cannot be overlooked, and that is it could be simulation. In other words, you could be living in a simulation. Not only singular, but there could be multiple players within the same simulation. So then, and this is why I kind of mentioned elevation is disproportional when you test it. It's disproportional, you get different readings. In other words, when you spread things out or when you close things up to very finite, it makes it a lot easier for this whole place to be a simulation. So I don't think you can overlook that we could actually be living in this is a simulation. Now, some people may not like that because, again, it may not go down certain cosmologies, certain rows of certain cosmologies, but I think it's definitely there, and it's something that shouldn't be overlooked. It's a great question.
I'm going to add to that real quick. First of all, I have to agree with him. I mean, I have not been able to eliminate the idea that this is some sort of a simulation. There's a lot of evidences that kind of point that way, but if we were to completely take it out of the simulation and you want a more down-to-earth answer, have you ever seen the demonstration where the guy will take a pen light and shine it through one of those half-moon magnifying glasses? Okay, well, when you do that, you get a whole bunch of different effects. First of all, underneath it, you will see the pen light in apparent positions, not exactly where it is, but it's like being in a swimming pool, okay? And if you look out from a swimming pool, the lights above it appear to be in different positions, okay? So the atmosphere acts as a gigantic magnifying glass. So that is something that can give us apparent positions on the sun as well as allow it to propagate several thousand miles and bring it to our visual acuity. It is also the reason why the sun, as it's moving away, it does actually change angular size, but very, very little. But as it moves away from you, it is getting smaller angular size-wise. However, there's more atmosphere to look through, which is causing a magnifying effect. Conversely, when it's coming towards you, it's small, and as it grows larger, the atmospheric magnification becomes less and less of a factor. So that would be my explanation for that. And all this deals with the firmament, and it goes right along with the idea of a crystalline type of, firmament as well as what the atmosphere itself can do.
Can I just say one thing to that too? Just to put this idea out there, there's, I mentioned in the speech with the idea that we are in the physical plane right now. We can touch things, smell, blah, 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 right? And as you move up, it becomes metaphysical. Literally by definition, it's beyond the physical and we can't touch that stuff. So when you look at the phenomenon, and like I said, this is one of the reasons I think NASA wanted to go to the moon. They wanted to be like, oh, it's rocks up there, guys. We can go up there and tool around. When you look at a rainbow, you could say, well, that rainbow isn't there, right? You can't go and touch it, but it is there, and somebody over there is going to see it different, and somebody over there is going to see it different, right? That's because we have this notion that's been, planted in our head all these years that that's a physical object up there. And really, my take is that it is more metaphysical. It's not necessarily an object, if you will, but more of, if you will, a simulation. A lot of, like he said, a lot of people don't like that word, but it's a fine word for me. Hindus and Mayans, they would have called it Maya, that this is an illusion. I mean, that works too, so just to put that in your head.
All right, I think I'm gonna cut it to one more question because you guys, there's a long line and we're really short on time. And after this, everybody's gonna be hanging around and you guys will be able to find everybody and ask your questions after.
Hello. I've been going to school at the Flat Earth School, and Mitchell makes some claims on there. It's probably geared more towards Corey. He talks about circles of equal altitude and that the sextant only works on a flat Earth. Would you agree with the sextant only working on a flat Earth, not on a ball? And then also, is the circle of equal altitude something the military knows? That he claims it's flat, completely flat, because you can measure it here, it's the same altitude over here, therefore it's a flat surface.
So again, it's why I kind of mentioned elevation is disproportional. So that's kind of a tough road of understanding for some people to really grasp a hold of. And I think that if you kind of understand, I've never operated a sextant. Okay, I've heard about them, read up on them. I've operated a gyroscope within the military. Military uses gyroscopes for survey. The one that we used in artillery was it's called a gun laying positioning device, or a eclipse. So it uses a gyro. You can't move that thing while you're operating it, so it has to be perfectly still in order for you to get a good reading. So the military or military technology is out there, but as far as as how we correlate that to using a sextant, because you're looking at you're looking at the geometrics, okay, and that's kind of a difficult thing to do. And as I study the sun or I make sun measurements, I made note of, I can't for sure conclude that the sun may be dipping or it may be rising. That's hard to tell. We need to do a lot more study on it. And I think, Karen, isn't there Dr. Zach? He does a lot of study on the sun as well?
Yeah, Dr. Zach. Or now it's decimal Z, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I know Dr. Zach, I've seen some of his work. He does a lot of studying on it. So again, it's a great question. And again, I think there has to be a lot more study done in that area before we can really be conclusive. And I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, that's it for Q&A. Sorry, if you can find these guys after and ask your questions, because we gotta stay on time. Trying to, in the interest of staying on time today, you guys. Sorry about that, but thanks. So we got one more thing, quick.
I have a few words.
Okay.
I would like everybody, hold on, don't anybody go anywhere. First off, thank you everybody for being here. We've all been on this journey for a lot of us for a few years, some of us for several years. A lot of us have had a lot of hurt relationships with our family and friends for talking about things like flat Earth, but we've built up this amazing community, and even after a few years into what seemed to be the biggest deception ever, we got hit with another one a year and a half ago. And I think that the bonding of this community has really helped us all get through COVID, and as a large, this flat Earth community has never bought into any of that nonsense. And a lot of the reason for that is the rock of this community, Karen B, who has put together these 3 amazing events now during COVID when nobody thought it would be possible, okay? Awesome, and not only that, Karen B has personally changed many people's lives. I can personally attest to that myself. Just less than 2 years ago, if you watched any of my videos, you saw me in a freaking room in my cousin's house with a sheet curtain, with a sheet hanging for a curtain. Now I live in Karenland. Ted Summer completely located. He lives in Karenland. So she's changed a lot for a lot of us. She deserves a big round of applause for this. Okay, I believe, Nathan, you have something to bring up here? Karen, if you could, come to the stage, please. It's a nice little thing that everybody signed for you. All your family, your Flat Earth family, your Truth family.
Thanks, you guys. I love you.
And besides that, we do have a little video to roll for you guys. So thank you everybody for being here. We love you guys.
right, thank you. Thank you. That I was not expecting that. That's a little awkward looking at all those pictures of myself up there, but hey, whatever. All right, we're gonna do lunch now, lunch break, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna play music. ODD's gonna perform. Jason Lindgren, One Big Love. So go get some food and then come back and let's have a grand old time, y'all. An hour. Come back in an hour.
Oh no, seriously.
What's up, Ted? How's it going?
I saw the show after.
How about that, everybody? Thanks for joining. This is where the party's at. That's right. Hey, Sue.
Hi, how are you?
Say hi to your fans.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
There's the chat.
Who's there?
We got Michelle L, Jennifer
Michelle
M,
L. Hi, Michelle L.
Dr. Evales, Singeman, Doc Michael,
Hi, Doc Michael, Singeman.
Karen Ann, Preston.
Karen.
Yeah, got a good bunch of people. Yeah.
I like that camera.
Yeah, little GoPro clip.
We'll go get some lunch.
All right, enjoy. Let's see where Just Jack is. I'm kind of hungry. I'll stream a little bit longer, take a break for lunch, and then I'll get back to it. Definitely need to change my battery though. Yeah, I'm at 20% on the GoPro. Oh, and I gotta show you guys Zach's exhibit, How the World Works. Let me see if he's doing it right now. Check that out real quick. He's got like gyroscopes and Van der Graaf generators. Here's where Meaty Bear's set up. He's probably walking around right now. Here we go. Lady Lacey Show. Hey, what's up?
And it's positive is, a millimeter. So when you jump into the air, you're not surrounded by a positive charge. You're going to become positive. You're no longer neutral. And then you're drawn back down.
Much love, Blondie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like, and that works with density, obviously, too,
Well,
right?
yeah, electric potential and density go hand in hand.
Right.
The denser it is, the more electric.
Let me see if I can change out this battery while I'm still streaming.
Making it seem
Bear with me.
therefore it becomes heavier. Yeah, it goes. I mean, density and buoyancy are 100%. They have to be. They work. But there has to be that bias. That thing that's a dense object.
Yeah.
You go that way. Yeah. And
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's just electricity.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. It makes more sense than what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Well, the thing is, this is what they actually will teach you if you go to MIT.
Oh, okay.
When you go to a real physicist and he'll teach you about gravity, but then he'll say, yeah, but gravity is between the Earth and the Moon. Two electrically neutral bodies that have nothing. There's no electric field there because it's space. no electric field can travel through space. It needs, matter to connect to. And Ampere, he wrote the law, Maxwell's fourth equation, and Maxwell changed it because they needed the ionosphere around the globe. They cannot recreate an ionosphere in the lab still today.
Okay,
they can't show you electricity traveling through a vacuum.
The one they created for what was it, a radio signal or something? Is that the one they were trying to bounce a radio signal?
Yeah, we can bounce radio signals off of things, and they call it the ionosphere.
Oh,
but they say it's not a solid object. They're saying it's just these electrical particles, electrons being bombarded from the sun, and it's creating a thin surface of somehow. Which doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Gaussian surface needs to have matter. It can't just be space creating.
Okay, that's why they created the ionosphere, because there would be nothing.
Sorry about that.
And
trying to clean the charging port.
You don't have that positive charge from above. If Earth was negative charge alone, it would fall off at 1 over r squared. The circle does, the sphere does. So it should be 100 volts on the first meter, 200, 400, 800, 16, and 32. But what we have is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
Hey, Fred Carr. What's up?
From where?
From the ground.
Oh, from the ground.
To, I don't know how high it goes for the next Gaussian surface, but it's a nice parallel, even ray in electric potential. And that dictates that we're between two surfaces.
Hey, what's up?
And that happens at any surface, no matter the altitude.
You and Bradley?
Your altitude.
You and Shaq?
Yeah, the higher you go, the more electric potential.
Even if you're on the ground in altitude. Like
We got a fan over here. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just about to change the battery. I just have to have it plugged in to the charger so I can pop the battery out. I hope it works. I don't know if it's gonna work, guys. So if it cuts out, I apologize. I'll jump back real quick so I can get Zach's presentation.
Feel air because of all the electric potential building up at that one point. So it's all about the shape as well. A concave surface will be more negatively charged inside that. And then when it gets up to a point, it becomes more positive.
There it is.
Beautiful.
It all,
beautiful world.
Yeah, it's so amazing. These last 6 years, like every day I learn something new.
Yeah. I just started learning last year, and it's been nonstop. It's been a great experience.
And you want more. It's not like
we're golden.
A drug or a TV show that you get addicted to and this and that. This is knowledge. You just want more knowledge. It's a healthy obsession, I think.
Yeah, it is. And I imagine we're also trying to relearn some of the things that the ancient cultures knew about. It was all dissolved somehow, erased.
Most of the guys that came up with our electrical world, Voltaire, Faraday, they all read ancient Sanskrit. All of these guys. So they were getting their knowledge from people that carved this stuff in the stone a long time ago. They didn't invent it themselves.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you go look at some of that ancient Sanskrit and they'll tell you how to make batteries. Tell you how to make an ionizer. It's all there, yeah. So they just took what other people had figured out. And then they actually did it. Which is, you have the idea or get the idea, and then you apply it. So I still give them lots of credit, but they didn't create it. It wasn't their original thought.
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely ancient wisdom. Still used today.
A lot of things.
Copper tube and a magnet.
Okay.
This is how an electric motor creates electricity. They take a magnet, they spin it around real fast, and they surround it with copper. It creates an electromagnetic induction between the copper and the magnet because the copper is diamagnetic. It doesn't want to be by a magnet. And that electric current, then the copper grabs hold of it. Well, if you drop a magnet through a copper pipe, it's pushing at it from all sides. It doesn't want to be by it. And the magnet's going to have to fight its way through that. It's going to go real slow. Like when I drop the magnet, it falls pretty good. When you drop it through this copper pipe, hold it up just a little bit over the white cloth and then look down it after you drop it so you can see all the way around the edges. It's not like causing friction, it's doing it. And you're actually creating an electromagnetic induction and you're gathering the energy into your hand from that.
Try that? Yeah. The camera angle down the tube?
I'll hold the pipe for you.
Check this out. Just a sec. Make sure. Okay, there we go.
Zach, you're taking it out with your... You're going to have to come back and I'll make sure I can see it. Okay, sounds good.
Pretty cool, huh?
So in a motor, it's going back and forth, or spinning. Okay, it's spinning.
Here, and this is kind of according to his story now, right? That thing is still spinning. This is how they figured out how to separate the charges so they could then apply it to stuff and play with electrostatics. So they would take an amber rod, rubber, and cat fur. And they learned that when I, rub it, it's like rubbing your feet on the carpet. When I create static electricity, well, when I pull these apart, the amber rod actually is negatively charged now, and the cat fur grabbed all the positive charge.
Okay.
It's just how they work.
Okay.
If you use the silk and glass or acrylic, the glass will be positive or the acrylic, and the silk will hold a negative charge.
Okay.
And then you can take the rods and apply it to things, and then play with electrostatics.
Okay.
So it's not super strong, but it's you can definitely see it affect
There's a reality there.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
Have you ever seen that Tesla coil before? Somewhere.
I have on just not in real life.
We're at the bottom of the restaurant that we ate at last night. Like, initial queue? Yeah, you can either catch me that or walk around the building.
Okay, I'm just going to finish up with him real quick and I'll be right there.
And we're not upstairs, we're just in the lower part.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Rose, if you want to join us. I'm going to walk
So we have our 9-volt battery, 120 watt light bulb. Go ahead and just put it near.
This?
Yeah.
Near this?
Yeah, you don't need to put the tip either, just put the tube. I mean, block.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, when you touch it, then now this isn't messing with the metal on the ends.
Yeah.
This is actually lighting the gas inside of that tube. That's a halogen bulb.
Right.
So if the sun is electromagnetic, next year I'm going to have a clear tube with nitrogen gas in it, and it should fluoresce blue like our sky. This is just showing how an electromagnetic will ignite the noble gases around us to cause all these different phenomena to take place.
Very nice, very nice.
And yeah, when the sun goes away, you move it away, it gets weaker until it just turns off. The gases aren't ignited anymore. We have nighttime.
Did you see they did that show, those two guys going after, trying to track down Tesla's experiments? Did you see that show? Yeah, they went down, they redid a Tesla coil, and they were able to do some wireless electricity to power a boat, like a little RC boat.
Yeah.
And they were actually able to power it through wireless electricity.
Yeah, there's people
It was the History Channel thing, too.
Wow, that's amazing.
They had
were
one
showing
season,
that.
and they were supposed to do another season, but I don't know if they canceled it or...
Have you ever felt the gyroscope?
No, I never.
All right. You know the concept, though? It wants to hold its rigidity in space. So you're going to feel that force.
Okay.
That rigidity in space. Go ahead and grab onto it. Hold it at the end.
Ryan, right?
Oh, hold it at each end.
I remember you.
Now go ahead.
Appreciate you hooking me up with that ticket.
Oh. That's how it works.
Yeah, now a gyroscope on a plane. What is this? Oh, my pin came off.
No pin?
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, on a plane it's going 30,000 RPM. That may be doing 6, 7. So it's even harder on a plane. But yeah, you'll have a gimbal system around it. So once that's spun up on the runway, it stays in their position. whole plane can turn around it, but that always stays parallel with the flat ground beneath it.
Okay.
So if the plane banks a little bit, that gyroscope will always be level, and the plane now knows, hey, you're banking 4 degrees to the left. You're no longer, you know, nice and parallel with the ground beneath. This is how they know.
Okay. When you're just holding it, it doesn't necessarily stay parallel, right, with the ground, like right now.
No,
it's
it'll be on a gimbal system on the plane, so you can take the whole plane and move it around it, and that won't turn at all. As long as there's something holding there, of course.
Okay.
But now if if this wasn't spinning and the plane was turning, it would spin with the plane.
Okay.
But with that moving, it allows that wheel to stay static in space, rigid. And whichever way, if you started it up on an angle like this, it would stay at that angle. Yeah. Neat stuff, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Can you just explain this one real quick, and then I'll get out of your hair?
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about Flatoberfest is there's so many people to talk to, hang out with, and it's like you gotta pick and choose who you're gonna chill with and how much time you spend. So.
All right, so this is how NASA does their balloon satellite. Say you're in a jet stream and you have a 40-mile-an-hour jet, or at 40,000 feet. Hi, lady. Hold on, hold on, Shemaya. Okay. And there will be a jet stream going this way at 40,000 feet, 50,000 feet. The jet stream will be going the other way. So if they want to keep their balloon over one spot, they'll have it up here and the jet stream will be dragging it this way. What they do is they have a long cord hanging off of it, and they apply a positive static charge to it. And then the balloon, because it has the static charge all around it, reacts, and it'll come down to that other jet stream, and they can steer the balloon back over to where they wanted it. So go ahead and turn that crank. We're going to add a positive charge, and that button right there should start going down to the ground.
You'll see that. I'm going to stop.
Stop the charge.
Discharge it.
It's been, I don't know why it's been staying on the ground. This is like one of those weird phenomena.
Yeah.
It'll come up here in a second. You can see it starting to. I don't know if the balloons are picking up a charge, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
You guys, I'm gonna go have lunch. I'll be back.
Let's see what they get real quick.
Yeah.
Goes down. Stop. Discharge this. And I usually gotta kind of push the balloons a little bit. It wants to stay down. There we go. Now it's back up to its normal buoyancy. Try that one more time. No ground. You should be able to hear me crank it. Discharge. Hey, I think how far they will. So as soon as I discharged it, then it started coming back up. Let me see if I can do it from far away so y'all can see that nobody's touching the balloons. Let's see. Go like this. Watch the little button at the bottom.
I'm gonna have him do it when he
Goes on down.
And y'all can pop it. How's that? Yeah. Okay, just like you did down there. You guys
Came back up without discharging it.
down below.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Go say hi to some people and then get some lunch. Media bear.
Check.
See how much time we have. I think I gotta be back here at 2:30. Yeah, I got about 30 minutes for lunch, so I'm gonna try to be quick about it. Here's Media Bear.
wonder if they have the part.
If I'm not here, ask this guy. He knows.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
How's it going? I'm live. Live.
Drinking
Not this
lemonberry.
Yeah?
Delicious.
Not this camera.
Did you see Just Jack by any chance?
I have not.
He was how we did. Oh,
They
yeah.
were looking for
He went
Shemaiah
around to
last
eat with his wife. They're on that side.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go check it out.
All right, man.
You guys take care.
Yep.
Let's go for a little walk. Oh, this new battery I put in was not fully charged for some reason, so I'm gonna have to end it in a little bit anyway. So another battery in. Got the popo. Hopefully the signal is still good. I am using a mobile hotspot from Joshua, Authentic Intent. He's letting me borrow his phone for that. So that was nice of him. I guess he's got good service. So far so good. I'm checking the stream. Yeah, I could use some coffee, Dr. Evals. You don't get much sleep when you're at these conferences. Just want to hang out all the time. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Give Chad a shout out. Dr. Evals, Bill Wool. Hope I'm saying that right. Rhino. Bogan Alserd. Wish I were there. Where are they this year? Trevor thinks Truth Matters. We are in Spartanburg, South Carolina. It's actually really close to Greenville, so not far from the last one. This is where we will be flat smacking tomorrow. Nice courtyard and lots of people. Set up some banners, have a bunch of activists walk around, hand out flyers. We got Lady Lacey's show, Virginia Dare, Amanda GD, what's up? Fred Carr, Science in there, yo yo yo. Michelle L, Jennifer M. All right, let's see if I can find some people. Anybody I know? Oh, I gotta tell you guys about this waitress who was wearing a mask yesterday. I had dinner here, and there was one waitress who was not wearing her mask. Or who was wearing a mask. There was only one masked waitress. And I gave her a card to David Weiss's website, Stop, Look, Think. And oh, she flipped out on me. She was so triggered. She cursed me out. She was like, stop it, get out of here. If I want your effing opinion, I'll ask you. And I was just like, okay, and I walked away. But it was funny because she did that yelling like right at the front of the store. And there was a cop there, and the cop was like, hey, watch your language. I should have filmed it. I didn't expect that though. People don't normally blow up on me like that over the mask. Pronounced Wheel. Okay, Bill Wheel. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. All right, we're looking for Just Jack. I don't know if I can call him right now because I'm live streaming. I think it will make the audio cut out. We'll just make it like a scavenger hunt. It'll be fine. Any flatties in here? Hey, there's Marty Louise. Hey, Marty. What's up?
Hey, man.
Good presentation today.
Thank you.
That was awesome. This is my card, Critical Inception. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to give you my info.
Awesome. Thank
I like
you.
your work.
Cool.
Keep it up.
Check it out. Yeah.
I had fun with Jalen and that other kid too.
It's a beautiful day today. Great weather. No. Hard to tell. Look for a guy in a cowboy hat. Long hair and a beard. And that's Jack. Oh, I see Dottie down here.
Shirt from Daddy.
Wait, did I pass somebody?
I was actually.
I'm also looking for Joshua. I have his phone. Oh, there he is. Hey, Josh. It's a live stream. We're just walking around.
Hey, everybody.
Have you seen Jack?
He was at the.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. He walked by.
Down this way?
I must say, but yeah, that's when we were in line.
Oh, okay. Alright. I guess I'll see you back in the conference center.
I got my spicy level at 4.
They're having noodles. Hey, what's up, guys? Want to say hi to your fans?
Oh, hi, fans.
Hi, fans. See who's there. We got Dr. Evils, Bill Wheel, Lady Lacey.
you're live?
Yeah.
Lady Lacey.
Yeah, Fred Carr, Virginia Dare, Amanda GD.
Jason said he goes on at 2:30. hypothetically.
2:30.
Are we not going to order? Just pay for our drinks and get the fuck out of here? What are we doing?
It's a burger joint? This place?
Oh, yeah, this.
Burgers?
Yeah,
Okay.
bar.
Wraps?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Pretty
Everybody's
simple
out
shit.
getting lunch, so I don't know. Is he going to play for 2 people?
Have you
Right.
seen Just Jack anywhere?
No,
I haven't seen him recently.
Okay.
I did see the feral children inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him running around.
Look at that, Flatoberfest. I saw that. Hey, is that me? Oh, look at that.
There you are. A stream within a stream.
Nice. Did we just enter another dimension?
Yeah.
Is that how it happens?
I think my brain just popped.
I mean, my brain has been gravy all weekend, so.
Brain gravy.
Amount of weed that people smoke.
Brain gravy.
Wow.
Well, I guess I'll test out my phone call making abilities while I'm live streaming.
Oh, are you gonna test how you add people wrenches? Because I don't have one.
Oh, wait, you don't?
I think I'm ready.
Well, post a comment.
I'm gonna get a quesadilla.
Let me add you.
And, side of fries.
Oh, Lady Lacey, you should be a mod.
I think I'll be good without. Yeah. Thank you.
Post a comment, I'll make you a mod.
Can I get a side of guacamole as well? And that's it.
Zulu 1.
You gonna order, or I mean, I'll be on the separate tab, so you can put mine in. I really just want the chicken tenders kids meal.
Alright, I'll see you guys back in there.
Right on.
Oh, hey, there's Austin. Okay.
It's been never started. They want us to believe it.
Lots of cool people out here. Alright, phone call, engage. Hey, where you at? Oh man, are you inside? Okay, is that close to the Irish place?
Now they're all shooting messages. I have no idea what I'm talking to. Yeah, so then I started sending it.
Next to Mezcal in the steak place, or you mean on the higher elevation?
Could I do that for?
Sit there, man. I'm used to being outside.
Okay, so I walked past it then. So it's at the top of the row in elevation. Yeah. Okay. I'm still live right now. I was gonna wrap it up, get something to eat. I'm right here, dude. Why do you have your hand on your head? Dang. I'll probably find something to take to go. Take it inside the conference center. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll say hi on the stream, and then I'll end the stream, and then I'll get some food. And then we'll see everybody later. I don't know if they can hear any audio right now because of the phone call. All right, how was that? Do we have audio back again? Could you hear any of that? What's up, guys? Gotta just check here.
We're at the Wild Wing Cafe, waiting longer than I've ever waited at any restaurant, but if you go inside, there's nobody here.
Oh, I wonder why. So you could hear the phone call?
My wife is speaking to the manager.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Flat Earth Justice.
Okay, that's cool. Could you hear
like
Jack's side of the conversation too? Oh, okay.
So I don't think that's a manager after all.
Okay, so they could still hear me talking on the stream.
Groovy.
Oh, that makes sense because the audio is coming to the GoPro.
Right.
So if I put it on speaker, they would probably hear it. We got Lady Lacey.
All right.
Trevor thinks
Lady
truth
Lacey.
matters. Question the answers. Virginia Dare.
Hey, Dr. Evales.
Yeah.
Elvis Clinton. Virginia Dare. Bill Wool. Yep.
Wheel. He corrected me. It's Bill Wheel.
Wheel.
Yeah.
Well, I know him anyways.
Yeah.
I know that chat. Oh, Rhino. Yeah, he's in there too.
Yeah, he's the one that hooked me up with my ticket in Dallas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I know Rhino too. Seen him around.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, good group of people.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been an interesting experience to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna eat. I'll go live a little later, so make sure you got that bell notification. Make sure you're also subbed to my Twitch channel. Let me post that real quick.
ND Live.
Twitch and D Live, yeah. I'm not sure if I have that saved. My D Live.
And it's definitely still flat out here, y'all. It's definitely still flat.
It's all flat. Oh, here's my D Live. Go follow me there in case I don't go live on YouTube for certain reasons. You'll get notifications there. So I'm gonna end it now. Peace out, y'all.